Motherfucking Moses. And I just got done watching the Tekashi 69 interview on Breakfast Club, and I was very presently surprised. I mean, it was a very human interview. I give that to him and whatnot. But one thing that you need to know about me is that I really don't. I prefer to listen to people's music only if I find they can interview well, or I can find out who they are truly at their core while watching their interviews. And before, yeah, I mean, we're all human. I really don't like when people say I don't judge. That's not motherfucking true. That's your genetic duty to do. That's your human nature. But of course, I judged him off of the controversy that was surrounding him as far as the whole sexual allegations and all of that. But come to find out, this dude is actually more relatable, not than most, more relatable than I perceived him to be. Now, he's on his, he comes from the same place as Kid Cudi. He even comes from the same place as, most of the people that are in the industry. They want to send a message that people can strive, people can thrive in their dreams. And I'm not somebody who is very supported, emotionally, logically, rationally, anything as far as my dreams. Everything I wanted to do, I had to be from a rational, logical standpoint, of course, because I am a man and that's expected of you. But I wanted to be a motherfucking stand up comedian. I wanted to be a rap. I'm fucking 26, bro. I wanted to be all these great, wonderful things, a motherfucking astronaut. And people told me to take the rational route and do what's logical and do what you think is really gonna work. Do some shit that if you put it on paper, 2 plus 2 is gonna equal 4. So I definitely understand that. You know, I like, when I say like, okay, a lot of people don't know what it means to say you like something. When you say you like something, that means that you are attracted to it by way of either being similar to it, by it complimenting you, or that you would want to adopt some of the traits that this person, place, thing, event, or time has to offer. Okay? That's what it means to like something. Okay? I don't dislike Tekashi 69. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say I like him. I'm not gonna say he compliments me because he doesn't. I'm not gonna say that we're similar or that we are alike. And I'm not gonna say I want to adopt any of his personality traits or anything that he portrays himself to be or anything that he is in reality. What I am gonna say is he is a product of his generation. He's the same age as my little sister. Okay, I was born in the early 90s. I was born in 1991. My birthday is in 2 days. Okay, my sister was born in like 96. So they're the same age. Shout out to her. She's about to graduate from school and do all that good shit. He's a product of his generation. I don't think he's mature uh, past his motherfucking years. And I'm gonna say that I don't think I am either, and I'm proud of that. I don't give a fuck. The Breakfast Club interview was something that opened my eyes to what he actually is. Now, I am not gonna listen to his music because not because he's mainstream technically. He has an underground sound, but he's mainstream and he's doing the whole Saul Williams thing. If you Google or YouTube actually Saul Williams, you'll know what I'm talking about. How he says I don't look to see if I can fit in with the mainstream. I look to see how far I can push the mainstream. Hold on, my fucking charger I couldn't out. What the whole thing is, that's what he pretty much did. That's what he's doing. Like Cardi B with her first mixtape, not so much the second one. He is going out looking to see how far he can push the mainstream, what he can do to it. Now, the interview was very messy. It was a motherfucking war zone. And his arrogance and his ego and his lower body, it was not something that would convince me on a personal level that I need to invest in this person and that his data is something that I need to upload and or download into my system because of that interview. And that's not what I was looking for. I wanted to see it because it was mainstream. Not because I was looking for anything in particular. I wasn't hunting to see if I would fucking actually like this dude or, to see if I would actually be able to relate to him in a real way. That's not what my mission was. My mission was to see who he was going to be in front of the Breakfast Club. Now, I've watched his interviews previously. I saw a couple parts of his interview with DJ Academics, and it is very obvious that this nigga is not media trained, and that's probably something that he rejects. The dude that was with him, Treyway, the what was he? The record company guy. He was obviously media trained. All right, and me being, I'm not fucking media trained either. God damn, like I piss on camera, in the sink. I'm drunk, sloppy, looking a fucking crazy train wreck. That's how it is. Okay, the interview. Let's talk about the interview because I just been talking about dude the whole time. I think he knows what he's doing to an extent when he speaks. He cut Charlemagne the God off a lot. He gave people his game plan. One thing that he did not do that I kind of liked, that I kind of didn't like at the same time, was that he did not reveal the meaning behind this name. Although you can Google it, but the internet, if you don't hear it from the horse's mouth, this shit it doesn't matter, right? So, an example would be how Trippy Red didn't say his motherfucking age, even though, nigga, you're obviously under the age of motherfucking 20. We already know that, okay? I think that he is so lower body, he's so lower vibrational in his workings and his interaction with life that he doesn't see what the fuck's going on. And that does not come with fucking maturity. That doesn't come with experience. That's something that has to be activated inside you. That's something that needs to be. And that's, again, I keep talking about the actual character. Alright, so the interview, it was good in a way. It was something that, it wasn't like Goodfellas. It wasn't like Scarface, where you're not even recognizing how long you're watching this shit. It was something that I kept constantly checking the time to see how long this motherfucking interview was actually going to be and how long it was going to take for me to get to the conclusion. I think the interview was something that did not need to happen. I think that, of course, just like the rest of this motherfucking company, the United States, it was in their best interest to do some shit like that. I think the interview was needed on his part because of the crucial conflict and the questions that were being asked. I think that the interview was something that was, I'm trying to find the right phrase, accommodating to the industry in a way. And this is something that I don't understand because it was very repetitive, you know. Like when people say I'm different, I'm not like most people, bitch, nobody's like most people. Okay, like when people tell me that they have a kid and they're like my age, I'm like, nigga, of course you have a motherfucking kid. You can't fuck 100 pussies and not have a kid. Of course the motherfucker's gonna be a daughter because most people in the world are fucking females. And it was very repetitive and it was very. I liked it because he stood his ground. He stood his ground. He interrupted a lot, which is not something that I look for in people. He was not as feminine as I thought he was. He was somebody that is not as hood or gangster that I would perceive him to be, as far as how he speaks on himself. He reminds me a lot of the people that I grew up with. That they moved from the hood when they were like 10 or 12 or some shit. That's the type of energy he was giving off. Like he's been through some shit, but not having that PTSD type shit. The interview was something that I just let my nuts sing. All of that, man. Like, bro, it's a different. Like, he kept saying, well, he said once that he's a gangster, and gangsters know what to do, what not to do. Being stupid is the difference from being gangster. Just like Gucci said, I'm not scared. I'm just cautious. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not gonna set myself up to lose. I think Charlemagne the L took a lot of motherfucking L's. I think Tekashi 69 is not conscious of what the fuck he says because he has taken L. The last L that he took was the biggest L of his career. Hopefully for him. Now, of course, I don't wish ill on anybody and I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. But that fucking airport fight was an L. Okay, that just happened. He ran on his people, and that's recorded. That's a part of his story. That's a part of history. DJ Fundamental says that interview was some of the most entertaining shit I've seen on the internet in a long time. That's sad. That's sad. I mean, something more entertaining than that would be all of my favorite rappers' interviews. Schoolboy Q, YG, Snoop Dogg, even fucking Doctor whatever the fuck that nigga's name, the Muslim dude. Those entertaining in the respect that it was controversial. I mean, of course, we're all humans. We like dumb shit. The reason that we like horror movies is because it reminds us what not to do on a genetic level. I mean, entertaining. It was very. It bared a lot of fruits. I wouldn't say it was very entertaining. Like I said, it was something where I was checking the time to see how long it was gonna be constantly. I checked the time probably like 10 times. And I'm not taking anything away from dude, but like I said, I mean, I don't dislike the nigga as much as I did before. I'm not saying I like him. I'm not saying I hate the nigga. I think he's materializing his what he thinks is gonna work and what he thinks works. I think he's materializing that way too motherfucking heavy. I think that if he wants to do what he wants to do, it doesn't take all that. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be conscious. Maybe the nigga's not funny. He didn't make me laugh, not one time. Okay? Maybe the nigga's trying to overcompensate for the fact that he's not a humorous person. I'm not fucking funny. That's why I do fucking dumb shit sometimes. Okay? That's why I put people on an emotional roller coaster. That's why I tell the stories about my life that I tell. Because I'm a fucking corny motherfucker. That's just how it is. But that's what I think. I mean, I read something that said I don't even remember where I read this because I read a lot of fucking books and I don't fucking intake all the information I need. But we all do one of two things: we either hide or we heal. And he's trying to hide something in order to heal his motherfucking pockets. And it really, in all reality, in all actuality, it doesn't take all of that, bro. You don't need to be telling people to suck your dick and verbally assaulting people and showing so much disrespect. And I think that his career is not gonna have longevity because he is coming from a place that that he's obviously used to coming from. He's coming from a place of desperation. He's not. He's thinking in a way that people who are poor think in, who never get rich. And he keeps saying that he was, he's doing things that people never do, bro. A millionaire in America every day is created. Somebody becomes a millionaire in this company every day. And 90% of the people who have $1 million or more were poor. They might not have come from inner urban communities, aka the hood, but they were poor by definition. So he's not doing anything special in that respect. But I think that he thinks he is doing something special. Maybe because of his image, maybe because of his background, maybe because of his genetic lineage. But whatever the case is, it's not something. I mean, yeah, what he's doing is something that should be respected. It's not something that should be duplicated, replicated, or fucking cloned in any fucking way. I'm telling you that right now. So if this nigga writes a book on how to be successful, don't read that motherfucking shit, bro. I'm good on that. I already call them the fucking 48 laws. I mean the 69 laws of power. That's he he obviously hasn't mastered that shit because he would be able to move freely and do what he needs to do with ease. And another thing about, I mean, how he's moving, yeah, you need attention to be successful. Everybody knows that. You need to network and you need attention to be successful. But what he's doing is something that is coming from his his poor reptilian brain. That's not something that you need to replicate, bro. You could be doing a lot of things, but you don't have to do that. Everybody's not gonna fucking like you. Like Juicy J is one of the oldest, you know, artists in the game that's still relevant. And the only people who don't like Juicy J is feminists that got fucking raped, that hate men. Everybody else, they like Juicy J. All right. I honestly, just from looking at this interview, I think dude is gonna get easy E'd. I think that the Bloods or Crips or both from LA is gonna send this nigga the most AIDS infested chlamydia clap having ass bitch, and that's how he's gonna go out. That's my prediction. And I don't wish that on dude, but I think that's what's gonna happen because of the energies that he's putting out, because of how his legacy is being built, because that's just how it is. Damn, this battery. But hold on, I dropped my cigarettes. Damn, I like that. Hold on, I look like an angel. Man, it's my birthday in 2 days. I'm gonna be live streaming all day on the 30th. I'm lit right now. I got B-Day boy motherfucking privileges. I call it A-Day. I call my birthday A-Day. I gotta call my surgeon back to see when I get the surgery. I had a fucked up ass dream about. You know what? That's not about me. Hold on. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the interview? I think it was good. I think it was brilliant. 50 Cent came from negativity, but 50 Cent was older than Tekashi 69. 50 Cent didn't get hot till he was 30, bro. He was already experienced. Tekashi 69 is not in the same grittiness that 50 Cent is in. He already tested his life. He was already fearless in the way that he needed to be fearless. Now, something you don't know about me, I've been fucking kidnapped. And I'm telling you, I knew I was gonna die that day. I didn't. But I'm not fearless, my nigga. I'm not gonna ever. Hopefully, I don't have any experiences that will make me motherfucking fearless like that. If you actually research 50 Cent, let me read your whole comment, bro. DJ Fundamental says 50 Cent came from negativity. Remember, one of his first hits before he was signed was the song where he was dissing everybody that was hot in the industry at that time. No, no, no. Why would you say that, bro? That's some. Okay, if you know who Rico Reckless is, Rico Reckless did the same shit. That was hip hop, bro. Hip hop is a competitive sport. It's a competitive sport. And it's another rapper, I think his name is Sean Price. He just recently passed, I think maybe 2, 3 years ago. And he said, I'll, I will dig up Biggie and Tupac and say fuck them too. I don't think he died from any negativity. I think he died from cancer or some shit like that. But that's not comparable, bro. That How to Rob track was one of the hottest songs I ever heard in my life. He wasn't dissing anybody. He literally didn't diss anybody. It was a mother. It was satirical, bro. It was a piece of art. It wasn't saying, look, fuck this person, like Chicago rap. They say, I'm smoking your dead homies. I put your dead homie in a blunt. I'm rolling him up. I'm smoking him. This is him. That's not what 50 Cent did. This nigga is literally telling people to suck his dick, saying people are whack. He's blatantly dissing them with an agenda to disrespect them in a real way. That's not what 50 Cent did. So, saying 50 Cent came from negativity, he did. I forget, who was it? Somebody was signed to 50, and he said he didn't want to sign him because he looked too approachable. That's a whole different thing, bro. That's some 48 Laws of Power shit. This nigga's just, I can't snap my fingers right now, but this nigga's just literally putting out scarcity energy, bro. He's putting out scarcity energy. 50 Cent is putting out energy to get energy back. If you hear a song called Hustler's Ambition, at the beginning, because 50 Cent's one of my favorite rappers. So, if you hear a song called Hustler's Ambition by 50 Cent, he starts off saying, I need you. I need you to love me so I can use the free energy. That's it. That's the same shit I do. Every day I meditate and I take in that green or pink, whatever the fuck I'm feeling that day, love from all the bangangers. All the people on my Facebook when I post controversial shit, whether you laugh, cry, or die, I'm still taking in that free energy. You know, that's not what Tekashi69 is doing in a way that's gonna be productive to his life. Like I tell you guys, if you wanna, it's like an interview. If you want to go to the interview and they ask you why you need this job, you say, nigga, because I'm dying right now because I need a surgery on my hand. Um, I got kids. My girlfriend's bitching because I'm not fucking bringing in money, and that's why I need this job. That's not the best way for you to get this motherfucking job. That's absolutely not. If you operate off that scarcity energy, it's not gonna last for too long. Like drug dealers, like gangbangers, when you when you put out that positivity, even if you're a doctor and you don't care about people, you don't give a fuck about people, but you know you're good with your hands, you can do surgeries, you have a steady hand, you know your breathing exercises are on point, and you can do it, you'll have a fucking better chance than anybody that's in the street. You know, he's still operating off of that gang banging mentality. So, like I said, I think the nigga's gonna get easy eat. That's what I think. Because he's putting out scarcity energy, whether he is pouring his mind still, however he spends his money, however he spends his time. Well, you know how he spends his time. Putting out negativity. You put out positivity for the kids and what do he say? He put out 30, 40 bands for the schools and shit like that. Niggas don't care about that shit, bro, because you're still creating something that we cannot build off of. You're still creating something that we cannot relate to in a way that needs to be related to. If you say I do it so the children can see you can do whatever the fuck you want, there's no consequence. First of all, somebody's gonna hurt this nigga. Thousands of people dream of hurting this nigga. Okay, this nigga's not like Hitler or anything like that, but at least Hitler perceived that he was doing something positive. At least Hitler thought he was doing something good for the world. This nigga doesn't, that's not what he, that's not his thing, bro. That's not his MO. So, I mean, as far as the interview, I really don't want to talk about that shit. I mean, it was an hour long. I watched the whole thing.